It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving God praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And what you see on my screen right here is another news update from North Korea, which confirms the test of a missile which they believe is capable of reaching the United States territory. Now, for many years now, Pyongyang in North Korea has been test firing intercontinental ballistic missiles. And each time they tested an intercontinental ballistic missile, they recorded the distance and how far it could travel. In the first test, the distance might have been, I don't know, maybe 500 kilometers per se. Then the second test, so they recorded that, and then the second test, it was 550 kilometers. And over the expansion of years, after so many tests and after taking down so much information, they have begun to modify and add new technology to these intercontinental ballistic missiles, which allows them to travel much farther. And right before you know it, they started test firing intercontinental ballistic missiles that were able to travel up to 800 kilometers. And then right before you know it, it was 1,000 kilometers. And they just, over time, their technology kept improving. Now, in the latest tests they have done, and I believe I read a news article on it before, in their last test in which they have conducted, they said that their intercontinental ballistic missile, when it's going at normal speeds, can travel as far as 5,500 kilometers. Now, the distance in kilometers between the United States and North Korea is over 9,000 kilometers, but it's not over 10,000. I believe it's don't quote me on it. It's 9,000. It's 9,600 kilometers. So apparently, this missile, which they have tested, is capable of traveling over 9,000. It's capable of traveling over 10,000 kilometers. Pyongyang has recently signaled it might lift its self-imposed moratorium on nuke tests and long-range missile launches. Okay, so it says here that North Korea confirmed on Monday that it fired a Hwasong-12 intermediate-range ballistic missile toward the Sea of Japan, known in the Koreas as the East Sea. Its most powerful test in over 4 years and the 7th since the start of the year. The inspection firing test was conducted for the purpose of selectively inspecting the ground-to-ground, mid-range, long-range ballistic missile Hwasong-12 In verifying the overall accuracy of this weapon system, North Korea's state-run KCNA agency announced on Sunday. It added that the launch confirmed the accuracy, security, and effectiveness of the operation of the Hwasong 12 type weapon system under production. KCNA also claimed that the missile test used the highest angle launch system to ensure the safety of neighboring countries. Pyongyang has released several photos that purportedly show Sunday's launch from space. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a scripture here because Satan is, well, he's attacking my laptop heavily right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the scripture from my phone. Just bear with me for one moment. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. And this is the point, because everything we're reading about here, it's all prophecy. Okay? This is all prophecy right here. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Okay? These North Koreans, they are Gentiles, they are heathens. Prepare war. What do you see right there on the screen? That's a preparation of war. Okay? What you're seeing right there is a preparation of war. If you had the intent of shooting ballistic missiles on the country, you would want to make sure that they could travel far enough, right? So that's exactly what they're doing. They're test firing these ballistic missiles to ensure that they are capable of reaching the soils of America. Now, let me remind you that it is prophesied that America, which is also known as Babylon in the Holy Scriptures, is going to be hit with nuclear missiles during World War III. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right? And there's also another verse that say, have they also become as weak as we? I believe that's in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Okay, these nations, they're starting to see that America is losing power. Now, don't get me wrong. America is still America is still a superpower on this planet, but that does not mean that it has not been losing power over the years, especially since they started launching satellites into space in the early 1900s, or I believe the late 1800s was when they started launching. No, I believe it was the 19th century when they launched that satellite into the ozone layer of the Earth. That's when America's decline started, financially, that is. Okay, let the weak say, I am strong. This is Isaiah chapter 14. Just bear with me for one moment. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Okay? All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Okay? But it's just that over the years, these countries have been building up their nuclear power. They've been building up their military. They've been creating new technology. So now these different countries can say they're strong. And now it's about to come to a point to where these countries are about to rise up and say, no more shall the United States police the whole world. Like my man Sadler said in Resident Evil 4. He said, no more shall the United States police the whole world. But yeah, with that I'm gonna say Shalom is on to the next one.